those young corners coming around?
Not fast enough. How's that? Yeah, not fast enough. They show flashes. I'll say this, and I don't want to. Levert has since his injury, he's been pretty consistent, and you can see him increasing every day, getting better. The other guys, they've shown flashes. They just need to grab it. You know, somebody got to grab it and run with it and take it. And it's just not happening. And hopefully somebody will in the next 5-7 days, because we got to get ready for a game in less than 2 weeks.
So Levert's responded to whatever challenge you guys.
He has. He absolutely has. You know, he came back. He didn't practice much in the spring. We were very disappointed about that, and we expressed that with him. And you know, this summer he really worked hard, and then unfortunately he gets injured. But he came back and just picked up, and it's been going. Arrow's going up. Arrow's going up. Can't say that about the rest of the guys. Again, you see some flashes. You know they can do it, but they got to do it every single play.
How often have you gotten to a point in camp where you feel like that, and in other years have seen a secondary come along and do what you want?
Well, you know, I'll go back when I was in Philadelphia, coaching with the Eagles. You know, my first year, the second year there. You know, we had some new faces that came together and played well. You know, and certainly we've got new faces, I guess I could say young faces, and they're not coming together. And I don't know if they're just afraid to make plays, again, because they have the ability and they've shown the ability. They've done it. They've done it in live situations out here. It's just for them to understand it has to be on a consistent basis, and that is just not happening right now.
Is that just a matter of experience, do you think?
Possibly, it could be. It could be experience. It may just be they don't understand how to dig a little deeper and to find it, you know, and then maybe that could be part of the problem too. So.
Is anyone closer? Do you feel like someone's making more flashes than someone else?
No.
Are you sure this isn't coach speak?
No. I'm not. I'm not going to tell a story that isn't true. Is that fair enough?
It's fair.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, we got a game to play in like, what, 12 days? So we got to – they're working hard. They just got to work hard more consistently and do the right things more consistently.
Of the guys back there, you see Tyree Kennel quite a bit. What do you see out of him?
I like Tyree. He's the older guy of the group. He's pretty consistent. You know, Tyree's a consistent player, and you know we're looking for big things from him this year. You know, he's the guy that helps get people lined up, and he's the quarterback of the defense back there.
In what ways does he help the corners specifically?
Well, just communication. You know, motions, all the man we play. You know, all the motions and movement we get. We have certain calls, certain bunchings or stacks. So, and to get all those calls out, that's one of the guys we count on.
Mike, could you see a situation where you're playing like 3 or 4 corners in that first game or more?
Yeah, you know, Coach Brown, he has a lot of packages. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of DBs on the field, safeties and corners at the same time.
Is that going to be a learning experience too for you that first game, just to see what these young guys?
Well, that's going to be a great indicator of where we are as a secondary and certainly as a team. You know, it's a big game for us, and it's one you know we need to win.
Ben St. Just, how's he coming along?
But he's doing well. He's just again shows flashes of doing some really good things, and then you know he's just not consistent doing it. But he'll be fine. Really good athlete. Really good athlete.
Harbaugh mentioned Ambry Thomas as a guy that very likely could see the field early this year. What have you seen out of him so far?
Yeah, definitely. Ambry he's a want-to guy. I mean, the guy got energy, he's got juice. His inexperience is what's holding him back now. I think he's thinking too much. You know, he wants to do the right thing so bad that he overthinks things. When he just got to relax and just go play the game and trust the technique that we teach and then just go play. But he is a bright spot.
How challenging are the young wide receivers for your young DBs?
Oh, extremely, extremely. Donovan, People Jones has improved so much in the last 2 weeks. Tyreek Black has improved big time in the last couple of weeks. Kekoa Crawford. Really, it's great for us. And I love what our offense is doing now in the preseason for us because they're giving us so many looks. It's going to help us in the long run. But they've been doing very well, the big receivers.
Is there any one or two things holding, David Long, a guy like that, back from being in that mix with LeVert right up there?
See, I don't know, and that's probably a question you have to ask David Long. I mean, because it's out there. Just go grab it, take it, and it's there. It's there for the taking, and that's what we're trying to find out. Why is David Long not running with it? So we'll figure it out.
Does that seeking of consistency maybe help Brandon Watson and Keith Washington, who have a little bit more experience?
Well, B. Watt he's the oldest of the group, back there, and he's played and he's played well, but for whatever reason, he hasn't taken the bull by the horn, so to speak, and just take off with it. Really being the oldest guy back there. That's what I would think. I would want, hey, I should be in charge back here. I'm going to go take this thing and let's go. But that's not happening.
Because of your own playing experience and your coaching experience in the NFL, do you have to change your maybe expectations for these players at this level, or is that something you don't allow yourself to do?
No, and I've told them, I'm demanding of myself. You better be demanding of yourself. If you want to be great and play at this place, at the University of Michigan, just take a step back and look around. Look at all the great players that have been here. Do you want to be a part of that, or do you want to just be a flash in the pan? It's up to them how they want to figure it out. I'm just trying to give them the tools to make them a better football player.
Mike, is Keith still working just a corner, or are you guys moving him around?
Where he's been playing corner mostly. But in other packages, you could see him in different spots.
Which of your corners that stood out to you in run support?
LeVert, for sure. And you see B. Watt. B. Watt knows how to do that. The younger guys have to learn the technique, but definitely B. Watt and Vert, for sure.
What's your concern level right now? I mean, you sound like you're really concerned about where they're going.
I'm not, not concerned. I have confidence in myself. I have confidence in those guys. I don't want to sound like the sky is falling. There isn't any cliffs. There isn't any cliffs, which could be a good thing, right? It could change some moxie going around, right? But no, I just because I see it in them. I think that's the more frustrating thing for me. I see it. It's there. Just do it on a consistent basis. And then we'll be okay.
But is it concerning that not one of them is really doing it yet, or is it
well,
like someone's going to finally jump out and do it?
That's what we think. That's what I think is going to happen. Hopefully somebody will read this article.
I know.
No, but these are the things I convey to them every day. And I don't want to sound the alarm. We're just trying to get these guys to move along because, you hear the youth thing. Well, that's no longer an excuse. You've had a spring, and now you are freaking 2 weeks away from a big game. It's time to go. So I am very confident that within the next week, one or two of those guys are going to step up.
How do you like the rest of the defense from what you've seen?
Oh, I dig it, man. It's a fun defense. Coach Brown, very aggressive, and that's who we are. Love it. Love the man. Love the trap concepts of it. It's a fun defense. It's one that, I would love to play in.
Are they meeting the hype, the defensive line, the linebackers?
They're getting there, man. Yeah, absolutely. They're getting there as well. They're on their way.
Got time for a couple more for Coach Zordich?
Mike, with you voicing the concern like this a little bit about secondary, is it do the linebackers and defensive line, are they in a position where they feel like maybe they have to overcompensate?
No, not at all, not at all. We are in the third week of training camp, so there's no panic, no panic, and nobody else has to compensate for anybody else. If everybody just does their own job, we'll win a lot of games. No panic.
Jalen Kelly Powell working with your group at all?
Yeah, he is. He's been working with the safeties, the corners. He's been kind of all over. Little viper, nickel. Great addition to the defense.
What do you like
addition.
about him as a corner?
His cover ability. You know, coach calls him a little gnat, man. He's just always around guys, covering them, and that's a positive thing, especially when you play a lot of man. Yeah,
Brad
really
Hawkins.
good addition.
And Brad Hawkins played.
Brad, I tell you, Brad is going to be a really good football player here. He's got some talent, very talented. He's just behind a little bit because he wasn't here in the spring, so he's got some catching up to do as far as the learning curve goes, but really talented kid. Like him.
Playing safety?
Yeah,
primarily?
he's at safety.
Okay,
Yep,
great.
yep, yep.